Hello and welcome. This is English Family and Friends 6, Grade 6. Today we are going to take a grammar lesson, and the title of the lesson is The Food Here is Great. The objectives that will be achieved at the end of the lesson are three. The first one is to identify adverbs of frequency and time makers used for present simple and present continuous. The second objective is to use adverbs of frequency and time makers accurately. And the third objective is to write about weekend activities using adverbs of frequency and time makers. Here we have got some words like always, usually, sometimes, rarely, and never. Have you ever come across these words throughout your learning English journey? If yes, what do you call these words? We call them adverbs of frequency. Why do we use them? We use them to say how often or frequently we do an activity. Do we do that activity a lot, or we do it a little bit, or sometimes we do that activity and sometimes we don't? We use the adverbs of frequency to say that. Now, where do we put them when we want to form the sentence? We put them before the main verb, like read, play, do. We put them before the main verb. We put these adverbs of frequency, always, usually, sometimes. And we put them after verbs to be, like is, am, are. Here's a schedule showing us the frequency percentage. Always means that the action happens 100% of the time. Usually, it means that this action happens 70% of the time. It means we do it a lot. Sometimes, it means that we do this action 50% of the time. Sometimes, yes, we do this activity, sometimes, no. Rarely means that we do this action 10% of the time. And never, it means that we do this action 0% of the time. We don't do this action. Here are some examples. Look at the picture here. What can you see? You can see a brush, and someone is putting his toothpaste on the brush. When I wake up, I always brush my teeth. We have used the adverb of frequency always because I brush my teeth every day. My teeth are something very precious and something very important to me, and I do this every day, so I've used always. Look at the second picture. These are the kids, and they are watching the TV. The kids usually watch cartoon after they do their homework. The adverb of frequency is usually. That's right. Now here we have got a book. The sentence is, before he goes to bed, Ali sometimes, it means 50% of the time, reads a book. Sometimes is the adverb of frequency. Number 4, Sam rarely argues with his sister. The adverb of frequency is rarely. It's 10% of the time. He doesn't fight with his sister. He fights just a little bit. Sammy never writes on the walls. Never, it means this action doesn't happen. The adverb of frequency is never. Here we move into something new called time markers. Time markers like now, right now, at the moment, today, tonight, before bedtime, after breakfast. Why do we use the time makers? We use the time makers to say when an activity is happening, which part of the day that activity took place in. Where do we put these time markers in the sentence when we are forming the sentences? Where do we put these time markers? We've got two options. Either to put the time marker at the beginning of the sentence, and if you put it at the beginning of the sentence, you need to put a comma. You need to put a comma after it. Or we put it at the end of the sentence. And we don't forget to put a full stop at the end of the sentence. It's easy, right? Now, let's do some practice. When I wake up, I always brush my teeth. The time maker here, I have used the time maker at the beginning of the sentence, when I wake up, and I have put a comma. I always brush my teeth, okay? Look at the second picture. Look at the second picture. What can you see? You can see the kids are watching the TV, right? The kids usually watch cartoon after they do their homework. Here, I have used the time marker at the end of the sentence. Don't forget to put the full stop, okay? You have to put the full stop at the end of the sentence. This is the third picture. We have got a book. This is the sentence. Before he goes to bed, this is the time maker. I need to put a comma right after the time maker. Why? Because I have used the time maker at the beginning of the sentence. Before he goes to bed, comma, Ali sometimes reads a book. Now we have got the fourth picture. You can see someone is fighting with his sister. Here is the sentence. Now is the time marker. We need to put a comma right after it. Why? Because we have used the time marker at the beginning of the sentence. Now, comma, Sarah is telling her brother to do the house chores. The last picture, the kids are running at the moment. I have used the time marker at the end of the sentence, so I don't need to put a comma because it's at the end of the sentence. I need to put a full stop. It's time to do some practice. Put the words in the correct order to form sentences. Remember that we have just learned two forms. We have learned the present simple tense and the present continuous. According to the time expression which is available and present in the sentence, you need to decide which tense you're going to use. Is it the present simple or is it the present continuous? You have got 5 minutes to do this exercise. Now it's time to check your answers. We have got here cook, he, always, home, and at. This is the adverb of a frequency, always. We need to use the present simple tense. He always cooks at home. The second sentence is on Saturdays, tennis usually. This is the adverb of a frequency, play, we need to use the present simple tense as well because we have the adverb of a frequency usually. We usually play tennis on Saturdays. This is the pronoun we. We have added the adverb of a frequency, usually, play tennis on Saturdays, and at the end we put a full stop. The third one, a cat, now. Dog, chase the. The dog is chasing a cat now. This is a present continuous tense because we have got the time marker now. Number 4, she, play violin at the moment. Since we have got the time marker at the moment, we have to use the present continuous form. That's right. She is playing the violin at the moment. Now, let's do some more practice. Write sentences using adverbs of frequency or time markers. Here, the choice is left for you if you wanted to use the present simple or the present continuous. You have got 6 minutes to do this task. let's have some of suggested answers. Look at this picture. This picture is related to films and cinemas. Here, I have used the present continuous. I am going to the cinema with my friends now. I have used the time marker now, and I have used the formula of the present continuous by adding ing to the main verb. Let's go to the second picture. Here is a suggested answer. I always take photos and keep the best of them in albums to remind myself of my precious moments later on. I always take photos. This is the present simple tense. Why? Because we have got the adverb of a frequency always, and I doesn't take any s in the verb. That's right. Let's go to the last picture, the third one. Here is a suggested answer. I never play piano, though we have one at home. My older brother plays it every weekend. Here I have used the present simple tense because I have got the adverb of a frequency, never. And I didn't add anything to the verb play. See, no s, no ing, nothing. It's the base form of the verb. This is the end of lesson 3. See you in the next lesson. Thank you.